Hello everybody, Rob Chassner here, and I'm continuing in the series of videos, brief videos on the Feast of Passover. Passover can be found in the book of Leviticus chapter 23 with the other festivals. There's 7 festivals and all, this being the first of the 4 spring festivals, the Feast of Passover. It comes on the 14th day of Nisan. Nisan's the first month on the Hebrew calendar, and in the Gregorian calendar, it typically falls around March or April. We're in the early days of April 2015, and Passover is coming up here shortly. So what I wanted to discuss on this video is the initial blessing. So before sundown on Nisan 14, on the Hebrew calendar, just before, about 15 or 18 minutes prior to the sun setting, actually 18 minutes, and didn't really dawn on me till this very moment that in many of the textbooks it talks about 18 minutes before. 18 is a significant number in Jewish numerology. 18 has to do with chai, and chai is a Hebrew word for life. So interesting. I hadn't really put that together till just this moment. So I'm having a little epiphany. Perhaps my whole face is bright and shiny like a light bulb. So that's my little joke for the day. Typically, you sanctify or set apart the holiday that sets in. We know that all of the feasts are considered Sabbath or Shabbat, just as every Friday night to Saturday night sundown is a Shabbat, so are the festivals. And so what you want to do is you want to sanctify that time or set it apart. And it's typically the job of the lady of the house, typically the senior lady of the house, to say the blessing of the candle. So the ceremony of it essentially is you've got usually a couple of candles. You then strike the match and you light the candles. And then what the person who's doing kindling or saying the blessings over it, they would typically bring their hands around a few times like this around the flames, and then they would cover up their eyes and say the blessing. And the purpose of that is that once you sanctify and say the blessing for this holiday or this Sabbath, the very first thing that you see when you uncover your eyes after you've done that to usher in this new holiday, this new feast, is the light. And we know that the Messiah, Yeshua, Jesus, we know that he is called Amiti Ha'olam, the light of the world. Okay, so the Passover holiday candles are lit, and the eyes are covered, and it can either be chanted, sung, or just said. Typically, it goes like this: Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvato v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel yom tov. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who sanctified us with his commandments and commanded us to kindle the candles of the holiday. And if there's if it falls on a Sabbath, Friday Eve, then you add Shabbat V'Shel Yom Tov, which is and the Sabbath, so the Sabbath and the holiday. Okay, so that ushers in the holiday, and so there's one other item I wanted to share, and that would be that since Yeshua, since Jesus was born of a woman, and in the Torah, or under the Torah, under the law, it is fitting that a woman begin the Seder, begin this festival and the order of the festival by bringing lights into the table through these candles. And as we look upon the candles, we remember the truth that the Messiah, Mashiach, is the light of the world, Amiti Ha'olam, or Ha'olam Amiti, the true light of the world. And since Passover Seder centers around the person and the work of the Messiah, Yeshua, Jesus, Elohim is God in the plural, the Lamb of God, it is fitting to begin the Seder, which is the order of the holiday, with an acknowledgement of his glory and his presence through the light of the world. We therefore open the Seder with a prayer offered to the Father in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Messiah. Hopefully this has been informative and helpful to you in understanding one little portion of ushering in the new holiday, and thank you so much for viewing this video.